Okay, hello there kids. On this page, no, sa page 213, all you need to do is to basically copy the figure that you see to your left, okay, which is this one. Copy this and apply it on the next dot grid to your right. And just to take note that you really need to apply proper dots. So if you notice, it started at this point, which means you should also start at this point as well. And from that point to your right, from this point going to your right, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, which means you should end here and go down 4 dots. I mean, basically 3 dots. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then 1 diagonal, 1 to your left, and 1 diagonal again, and continue drawing upwards. Okay? So basically, that's what you are supposed to do in this activity. Again, let me just try to show you that again, no? Starting from here, going all the way here. So basically, copying the figure na nandyan. But you really need to connect the dots, ha? Teacher Mark talagang hindi marunong. Okay, so Teacher Mark, I accidentally placed it on the wrong path. For example, I started here, Teacher Mark. So, in that case, I will consider it wrong. Kasi the point of this topic nga is to basically be able to copy the shape on the exact same dotted grid. Okay? So, kung saan nag-start, doon din kayo. Doon nyo rin gawin. Okay? So, ganun lang. That's for page 213. Okay? So, sa 214 naman. So, sa 214 naman, it's basically the same. Page 214. So, may outline tayo dito. If you notice, parang dito. There you go. No? So, parang hindi masyadong klaro dito, pero I'm quite sure it's clear dyan sa libro ninyo. So, do the same thing. Follow nyo lang din. It started at this point. So, meron tayong mga starting and end point. So, from here, all the way until here. 1 line down, 1 line to the left, 2 lines down, 1 line to the left, 1 line down, 1 line left, 1 line up, 1 left, 1 up. Ay, dalawa pala, 2 ups. 1 left, tapos 1 up. So, parang ganun lang. So, applying the same rule, you should follow everything. If you started at the wrong point, I will consider it wrong as well. Okay? Sorry, page 215 pala to. Okay? 215. Okay, so last time you're done with your two-dimensional shapes. No? 2D or two-dimensional. Two-dimensional shapes such as yung mga square, rectangle, triangle, circle, and such. 2 dimensions lang ang ibig sabihin dyan, which means, anong ibig sabihin ng dimension? Dimensional. You basically have 2 dimensions. Your length and basically your width. Wala tayong height. No? Kasi it's just 2 dimensions. You might ask me, Teacher Mark, but there are 3. It's still, kahit ganyan yung triangle, yung basis natin dyan is from this point to this point and from this point to this point as well. So, 2 dimensions lang talaga tayo meron. Okay? Now, we are going to talk about 3-dimensional figures. Or 3-dimensional. So, 3 dimensions or 3D. Basically, what you see around you, what your eyes can see is 3-dimensional. Unless drawing, like for example, like drawings nga sa paper, sa books nyo. So, those are basically 2-dimensional, especially pag mga square. Pag dinodraw na yung adding some shades and such, implying that it's 3-dimensional. So, we consider those shapes as 3-dimensional. Okay? Okay, so for three-dimensional figures, we have the following shapes, no? Basic shapes. So, if you notice, we have a rectangular face over here. For a rectangular face, we can actually call this as a rectangular prism. Or simply, you can just call it a cuboid. Okay? Cuboid yan. Again, your main clue is to basically find a rectangular face. Okay? To consider it a cuboid. Then, for this following shape, you like ice cream, right? And usually, if you eat ice cream, you want it on an ice cream cone. So, kailangan nyo ng ice cream cone. And if the shape of the ice cream cone basically looks like this, it's just that the other way around. So, this shape is actually called a cone. Okay? This one naman, you have a circular face. This one kanina may rectangular tayo. Dito naman meron tayong circular. Circular face and another circular face at the end. So this is called a cylinder. And the following shape is like a cuboid. No, this looks like a cuboid. It's just that the face is non-rectangular, but instead it's a square. If you have a square face, this is basically called a cube. Simply a cube. Okay? Cube lang. Now, for a circle, technically, of course, what you can see here is just a circle because it's hard to draw somewhat like a sphere. No? Mahirap yan in three-dimensional figure. In circle, it's called a two-dimensional figure. But once we're talking about three-dimensional, like for example, a ball, if you have a ball with you right now, so it's in three-dimensional figure, its shape is called a sphere. Okay? Then again, for a square face, you call it a cube. For a circle, you call the three-dimensional figure of it as a sphere. And this is considered a cylinder. You also have a circular face there. A cone. Circular base with a triangular figure. Okay. And a rectangular face is called a cuboid, or another term for that is a rectangular prism. Okay. So, ganun lang yung basic na yan. And from there, that will help you solve or answer some pages. So, these are the basics, no? This can basically guide you all throughout the pages that you need to know of. Kasi ito yung, kumbaga parang build up ng activity ninyo is to basically be familiar with the basic three-dimensional shapes such as cuboid, cone, cylinder, cube, and sphere. And the following activities are similar to what you did dun sa two-dimensional figures ninyo. You just need to identify what type of figure, what type of shapes, three-dimensional shapes form a certain figure. Okay? So, that's it.